Good morning once again, YouTubers. Today we have another obscure little player here. This is another licensed RCA product. It's called a Ritone. It's R-I-T-O-N-E. And it's kind of a nice looking case. It's got a green mottled design in there, some brown knobs, and green and this off-green ivory kind of color case. So you can see around the side here. Has the usual battle scars, you know, they are what they are, but this is a rather rare model. Not too many times will this show up. Clearly, there it is, Ritone, and it has a standard RP190 RCA changer in it, and of course this has been rebuilt. This particular model has a 1-tube 25L6 amplifier, but a little better circuitry on this one, and it has surprisingly good amount of volume. It also has volume and tone controls here. So let's throw a record on and we'll show you how this thing works. We're going to do Al Martino's Somewhere in This World, and we're going to follow that up with Hats Off to Larry by Del Shannon. And let's see, there we go. Okay, there you go. Once again, we have the tone control and the volume, and it's nice. It's a nice player.
Once I had a pretty girl, her name, it doesn't matter. She went away with another guy, now he won't even look at her. Hats off to Larry, he broke your heart, just like you broke mine when you said we was part. He told you lies.
Okay, we're going to grab the arm here, and we're going to explain something about the cartridges that I use. Quite often you'll see in my write-ups that I use the Sonotone 52T, and there's a reason why I use them, and cost is a factor. I do a lot of restorations for myself. I do very little in restorations for anybody else. These are primarily for me. And to give you an idea of what's available out there, this is Willie Bosco's cartridge right there. What he does is he takes his cartridge and he puts it in a homemade little container here, and it uses the standard 2 plugs that you would normally find in the RCA players. And that's great. It's a drop and play, except that they're somewhat costly. I mean, they're around $35. I'm using round figures here, where I buy the Sonotone 52Ts like this. They're available in red and this greenish blue color here. They're actually stereo cartridges. They're ceramic cartridges. They are stereo, and what I do is I bridge them for mono, because as you clearly see here, this is also stereo. It's been bridged for mono. In other words, no left and right. They've been combined now into one channel. This is what they look like when you buy them. What I do is I separate them. Of course, this is the holder that gets mounted in the arm, and you want to take the needle off. Leave the needle right in that little protective cover there. And what I do is I take the pins. There's normally 4 pins, and this thing isn't going to focus for me, I can tell, but there are normally 4 pins. Let me see if I can show you here on the back side, and you must bend them over towards the center and very lightly put a dot of solder on there. You can't leave the soldering gun on there for too very long, because if you do, you're going to ruin the cartridge. So just a very light dot of solder on there, and you'll notice that one side obviously is where the needle is, and the other side is the side that faces the arm. And when you put these together, the red or hot portion of it is going to be on the 2 pins here that are facing the record itself, or facing the needle, however you might want to say that. And then the back 2 that are put together would be your, in parentheses, ground side here. Usually the white and black, if you've got 3 wires, you're going to tie those together, and they get soldered on the uppermost ones, the ones that face the arm. And, you know, they're inexpensive. That's, like I said, the primary reason I use them. But more than that, they sound good. These players aren't some multi-million-dollar players. These are the most part kids players or teenagers players, and these produce extremely good volume considering what they are, and very good tone. So you might want to take a whack at one of these. They're available on the internet quite often at $10 to $12, as opposed to roughly $35 for Willie's. And I'm not downgrading his needles here, his cartridges, because they work very well. The thing that makes them so nice is that they're basically a drop and go. You take the old one out, you screw the new one in, and you attach the wires to the backside. They use the same little pins on them. But I'm a cheap son of a gun, what can I tell you? And if I had to have one of these, and every one of my players here would cost me a fortune. So cutting back a little bit, go with something that's a lot less money, very easy to take care of and put in your own player. And there we have it. So once again, another beautiful piece of 50s history. Again, this is a rather scarce model. That name Rytone is one that doesn't pop up very often. Another licensed RCA player, and I'm just happy to bring it to you. So, once again, thanks an awful lot for checking in with me here, and enjoy this beautiful day and the beautiful player here as well.